From the Slave to the Grind release, that is Skid Row with the title track right there. Sebastian Bach at the peak of his power. Would you agree or disagree?
No, well, at the peak. That's my favorite album, but I think he was even heavier sounding on Subhuman Race. No?
Well, he was heavier, yes, but as far as, just having that energy.
No, I agree. And that album kills, dude. There's not a bad song on that one.
Well, I agree.
Well, this is going nowhere. What else would you like to talk about?
Well, let's talk about the Skinheads, shall we?
All right, sounds good.
All right. A skinhead. How would you define a skinhead?
Hates the black people. Shaves his head.
Is it just black people or is it all minorities?
Do they hate all minorities?
I don't know. That's what I'm questioning. I don't know the answer. How do you...
I'm going to say they probably hate all minorities. They want a white Aryan race.
Okay, so it's a white supremacist.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm just asking the question because I want a little clarification.
Right.
A skinhead executed his best friend after an FBI probe.
Oh, wow.
Brent Luster allegedly executed 3 friends and nearly blew the face off of a 4th Friday night after becoming enraged that the feds were getting involved in another case against him.
Uh-oh.
So he was going to do away with the witnesses.
That's right, pal.
A neo-Nazi, angry over an FBI probe, executed one of his best friends and 2 other people in a rural Washington home Friday, the cops say.
Right.
On Monday, the creepy suspect sneered for the TV cameras covering his court appearance.
Sneered.
He sneered at them. Did he give him like the Billy Idol sneer, like with the raised lip, like, yeah.
Rock the cradle of love.
Did he do that?
Probably. I just love how you can tell immediately in any article that you read anymore from any news outlet what their opinion is.
Yeah, of course. It's not supposed to, but the thing is that you use the term news outlet.
Yeah.
Anymore, nothing is really a news outlet. It's all opinion pieces now.
It is.
There's no just reporting the straight news.
No.
There's this personal spin on everything now.
Don't you think that now would be the time for just a straight news network to come up? Like if somebody had, $100 million, say, to really compete in the marketplace and just offered up a show where they said, we're not going to do fucking panel. We're not going to do
opinion.
We are going to report news. Like what what is the one that CNN, the off CNN? Well, it's not CNN. It's the headline news.
Headline news.
Remember that one? I don't know if it still exists.
I don't either.
But something like that, but just would have no spin at all. No offer of opinions, no slant, no nothing. Just straight up, in Seattle today, 3 people were killed. Jonathan Smith, he was the shooter, and the people that are dead are Bill, Jane, and Sue.
Right.
So now to report on that, here's this guy. And this guy would just go out there and say, yep, it happened at 12 o'clock, and
police are investigating, and
the neighborhood is traumatized. Back to you, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, and nothing else. What? Don't you think that because everybody's so disgusted with slant on everything that news station would just do huge numbers?
You got to wonder. I don't know. I guess Roger Ailes could tell us.
Yeah, if he's not banging another intern or something.
He could start a new network.
Yeah, he could. He's got the money, and he's now got the time.
Yeah, sure.
He doesn't know anything about not doing slant, though.
Yeah. The Vancouver area bloodbath led the cops on a manhunt for Brett Ward Leister, a tattoo artist and a swastika-inked skinhead who has been charged with a triple homicide and held without bail.
Should have been easy to pick up. I mean, for God's sakes, he just took a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Should have been covered in red.
One alleged victim, a 31-year-old mother, survived his wrath.
Wow.
Brianne Lay was discovered at the Woodland Mini Mart around 10:30 p.m. Friday, a few miles from the crime scene. Her face was nearly blown off. Unable to speak, Lay answered a deputy's questions by writing on scraps of paper and on a tissue box.
How did he know where to talk to her?
I don't know.
Hey, stupid, that's my foot you're speaking to.
Right. When asked who shot her, Lay scribbled, "Pretty sure Brent Leister. He's in big trouble, Fred," a probable cause affidavit says. Oh, wait a minute. Fred. I said Fred. He's in big trouble, Fed, a probable cause affidavit says. Lay pointed Clark County deputies to a rural Woodland residence where the father of her children, Zachary David Thomas, was killed. The deputy asked Lay how she escaped. She wrote, "passed out," and indicated she's army crawled her way away to flag down the police car for help.
Without a face?
Apparently.
Damn.
She was able to hitch a ride to the convenience store 2 miles away.
Good Lord. Who's picking up a girl without a face?
Yeah, she would have looked like a zombie. You'd be afraid she was going to eat you or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick her. Would you pick her up?
Yeah, I got to tell the story.
All right.
And this to this day still haunts me.
Okay.
When I used to drive a truck back in the 90s, this was before I knew you.
Mm-hmm.
I was over in Gloucester, New Jersey.
Okay.
And Gloucester is kind of known as a very rough neighborhood.
Okay.
And we were given specific instructions by the dispatch that most of the places over there, the business related places, they were all fenced off.
Okay.
So when you went in to pick up your load or whatever it was, I can't remember what I was picking up at the time. I think I was picking up like a bunch of canned food.
Okay.
It was like imported canned food from, it came in on a ship because it's over near the ship ports.
Okay.
So I think I was picking up canned food for a grocery chain or something.
All right.
So I was in this warehouse, and this place was all fenced off. They had to open up the gate to let me in. I backed into the dock. They loaded my truck. Then they had to open up the gate to let me back out, And this was a very industrial area.
Okay.
So I pulled out, and I'm pulling out onto the main street, and I'm sitting there in traffic, and there's this girl, very attractive woman, crying, look like club wear.
Okay.
Like something you'd wear at the club. At the club, and it was just so out of place.
Okay.
And she was crying, standing on the corner, and she was mouthing the words, "Help me."
Oh my God.
And my first thought was, if I jump out of this truck or try to help her, this is a setup.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking that she was out there as like a decoy or something.
Could have been.
And they were looking to hijack you, So I just said, you know what? I'll say a prayer for you, but I'm not getting out of this truck. And I just kept on rolling.
Right.
But, I mean, this was a hot girl. I mean, she was gorgeous.
Right.
And I was just like, this is just so out of place.
Right.
And just so weird. So you talk about, who would you pick, who would pick this woman up?
Right.
Well, I mean, your first thought is what's going on here, and you want to, help. But knowing where I was and the circumstances and everything, I was just like, fuck that.
I know that's right.
And I just kept on rolling.
Yeah. I mean, in today's world, you'd have picked up your cell phone, but.
Yeah, I didn't have a cell phone back then. This was pre cell phone.
Right. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. There's no chance I would have stopped.
Yeah, I mean, my better judgment, took over. My first inclination was go see what's going on.
Right.
But then my better judgment said, fuck this. This is a setup. I'm out of here.
Right.
So,
don't blame me there, dude.
So even to this day, it still kind of haunts me a little bit. Every now and again, I still see that vision. Because it was just so weird and out of place. And it's like, what happened? I mean, she looked like, I don't know. It's just the weirdest goddamn thing.
Were you packing?
No, you can't take a gun on a truck.
Why?
You can't carry state to state with a gun. And besides, you can't go interstate with a pistol.
Yeah, true, interstate.
You can't do that.
Because I know some, like, Ohio to Pennsylvania does have the carryover.
Yeah. And plus, if you're a company driver, they're not going to allow you to have a firearm in the truck.
So I would think these days they would.
Well, but this was 20 some odd years ago, dude. This was like 23 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So no, I just was like, yeah, I hope whatever it is, I hope this isn't what it looks like, but I can't stop. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry that I'm the one that killed you.
Yeah, really. Then, to get back to the story, then she wrote her own question to the deputy. Had her boyfriend been shot too? A SWAT team descended on the home just before 11 p.m. and found Thompson, 36, and Joseph Mark Lamar, 38, lying dead in the driveway. The victims had gunshot wounds to their head and a close range, the affidavit states. The body of a third victim, a 43-year-old Janelle Renee Knight, was discovered inside the residence where she lived with Lamar, prosecutors say.
Right.
Now, Leister, 35, is charged with 3 counts of murder and first-degree attempted murder and unlawful possession of firearms, the court records show.
Right.
On Monday, he was escorted into the Clark County Court under heightened security, handcuffed and wearing a suicide smock.
Boy.
The Columbiana reported, and he walked to the courtroom. He flashed a smile at the cameras. What the hell?
This guy didn't give a fuck.
Nah, got nothing to lose.
Yeah, he's like, go ahead, put me out.
It was the day Leister was supposed to face a trial for a different violent crime, allegedly pistol whipping his ex-girlfriend at the Longview home. In that case, he faces charges of assault, harassment, and illegal firearm possession. Court papers in Leister's murder case reveal more about the violent past. His ex-girlfriend told cops he had beaten her and had shot her in May of 2016. I don't mean to laugh, but what amazes me is guys like this are able to get a girlfriend.
Oh, why not? He's got a gun.
I know, but holy shit. And that he also has a no contact order against him. The woman said she has a 5-year-old son with Leister who was reportedly trying to find her and snatch the boy. And the affidavit says Leister allegedly directed his brother Michael and his mother Susan to track her down.
That's too bad he didn't get the boy, because it sounds like he would have been a good parent.
Yeah, he would have been a good father.
Yeah. Would have set the example.
Sure.
Wow.
Michael Leister, who has his own criminal record and a white pride affiliation, and his friends appear at homes of the woman's. Let's see, how's it say? And his friends appeared at homes of the woman's relatives, asking for the location of her and her son. The woman believed that Brent was facing his third strike and that he would go back to prison. She believes that Brent was going to find her and hurt her and kill her and take away her son.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, an FBI agent told Clark County authorities that Leister is facing federal charges for unlawful possession of a firearm stemming from a May 2016 incident. The ex-girlfriend has 4 children, 2 of which are in hiding from Brent.
Oh, wow.
The G-Man added. The agent said Dvorak allegedly contacted the woman's mother and warned something would happen to her daughter if she did not give Brent if she did not give Brent his son. Detectives also interviewed the alleged killer's brother, Michael Leister, who lives with their mother. He told police Brent Leister and his girlfriend, Andrea Sibley, moved in with them weeks before the shooting. Michael Leister claims Dvorak called him Friday night and demanded he come home immediately. When he arrived, Brent Leister and his gal pal were acting tense. Dvorak ordered Michael Leister to take Brent Leister's 12-year-old son away from the house, the court paper stated. The brother told the cops Brent Leister was driving Sibley's gold Ford Explorer. Leister was in the vehicle Saturday downtown. He was in the vehicle Saturday afternoon when Cowlitz County deputies and state troopers arrested him without incident. Dvorak provided police with more details on her son's mental state. She said Leister was upset that the feds were getting involved in the case from Longview and at not having seen his son in 2 months. The day after the slaying, Leister and Sibley had been home most of the day. Sibley left at one point to buy Leister a 6-pack of beer at Walmart.
Well, he needed that.
Dvorak admitted that she told Leister to come home, telling cops Brent Leister wanted to speak with him. After the brothers talked, Brent Leister and Sibley left the house and didn't return. She ordered Michael Leister to take his nephew away because she wanted things to be peaceful in the house, she told cops, according to the affidavit. Still, she denied threatening Brent Leister's ex-girlfriend or her mother. Before Leister was caught, the Clark County Sheriff's Office released a full-body photograph of the 6-foot-tall, 200-pound suspect.
Wow.
His tattooed torso includes at least 4 swastikas and the label Skinhead across his abdomen. Scrawled across his back in the bloodthirsty call of Rahowa. Are you familiar with that?
I am familiar with that, yeah.
What is that?
It's an abbreviation. I forget what it stands for.
It's the abbreviation for Radical Holy War used by white supremacists.
Right. I remember them. They were chanting it in an episode of Law and Order.
Okay.
So that's how I know it.
All right. Indeed, the hate appears to run in the Leister family. Leister and his brother Robert Arlen Leister were on the Anti-Defamation League's radar in 2013 when they allegedly attacked a black man at a Vancouver bar. The attack was allegedly sparked when Brent Leister spotted an interracial couple cuddling. Look at this white girl over here with a stupid nigger.
Hey!
That's gross, Leister allegedly said, according to the Columbiana.
Can you take it easy with the language?
I'm just reading the story. I'm reporting the news.
My goodness.
Moments later, Robert Leister ran into a third suspect's car, grabbed a pistol, and loaded it with a round of ammo, prosecutor said. Then he handed the gun to Brent Leister, who singled out a black man and threatened to shoot him.
Well,
the Skinhead brothers were involved in another racially motivated attack in 2001 when they allegedly punched, kicked, and beat a 45-year-old black man with boards.
Wow.
They also smashed the window of the victim's truck. 4 years later, Brent Leister was involved in another attack on a black man. An accomplice, Jeremiah Pruitt, allegedly shot the victim in the leg.
Oops.
It's unclear whether Leister was convicted for the earlier hate crimes. Online records show he has a rap sheet as detailed as Hitler tattoos with felony convictions in 2005 and 2010, including for possession of stolen property. Friends and fellow white supremacists took to Facebook to discuss their grief over Leister's latest criminal case. They expressed their grief.
And they're sad.
Yeah. But they were tight-lipped when messaged by reporters, he's a great father and a great tattoo artist.
Well, at least he's got that going for him.
Sure. Of Leister and his victim, Zachary Thompson, another friend, said, no offense, but before this, they were both amazing friends and great fathers. That's it. Some friends posted a photo of Thompson, who was a shaved head with a shaved head and lay with the words in loving memory. In Facebook comments, one of the long-term friends wrote, I know he, that is Leicester, had to be under a lot of stress facing trumped-up charges. My heart beats with sadness this day, and it will never change the way I feel for Brent. Another friend called the slayings unspeakable. Mm-hmm. I can't think of any reason that would cause him, Leicester, to turn on one of his best friends, he wrote in Facebook. Losing two of my closest brothers in one day to such a fucked up way, I have to know. The friend later added, they've been my brothers for 14 years now, since before Zach skinned up. And this will haunt me forever. I can't imagine what went through their minds.
Before he skinned up.
Before he skinned up.
It's quite the term.
Yeah. So how's that?
Well, it's pretty bad. I don't even have a joke I can make. What a fucking sick fuck.
Yeah, I know. So there's a guy who kind of went off the deep end a little bit. What do you think?
You think?